Hi, hello everyone. So, for today's video, we are gonna talk about business planning. So, first, let us know what is business planning. Business planning is a process of setting goals, defining strategies, and outlining the steps needed to achieve those objectives. Also, effective business planning is essential for both startups and established companies to navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and sustain growth in a competitive market environment. Business planning also talks about, it will tell you more about its internal purposes, external purposes. Also, business plan principles and steps of business plan development. So my other team will talk more about it.
Internal purpose. Internal purpose is the purpose inside a business which establishes the company's strategy. The first one is defining the vision for the company. It talks about the future goals, ideals, and aspirations of the company. The vision should not include the past attainment and the strategies. Example, you run a restaurant and your vision is to make a quick service restaurant and provide a healthy and clean food. Yet your restaurant provides a slow service, so this vision will be a long-term period to be thinking of. You should always align your business to your vision. The second one establishes the company's strategy. This is a set up long-term objective and strategy on achieving their vision. You already know your vision, so the next one is to know what is your target to be able to know what will be the strategy that you will use. The example of this is the famous IKEA, in which they provide a product and offer it in the low price that makes them inferior to their competitors. This is called cost leadership strategy. Third, describe how the strategy will be implemented. As they finish establishing their goals, this is a time in which they will execute the method or the strategy to improve the programs or practices, uptake, execution, and sustainability. You need to define the risk, conduct research, and allocate healthy resources as your plan is as valuable as the implementation. The fourth one is provide a framework for the analysis of key issues. This will form or employ an organized structure that can be able to solve the most important issue that will show up. You always need to ask how will this go and always put your curiosity first. Make your curiosity answered to be able to have a proper framework. Fifth, provide a plan for the development of the business. It evaluates the present skill set, assist in establishing professional objective, plan of action, and locates resources to help you achieve them. You should always allocate and outline your target audience, identify potential obstacles, and provide a plan. The sixth one is measurement and control tool. It is a control function that minimizes the risk and protect assets, ensure accuracy of the records, promote operational efficiency, and encourage adherence to the policies, rules, regulations, and the law. This will monitor operations, identify business risks, and generate pertinent financial and non-financial information. Lastly, it helps the entrepreneur to be realistic and put theories to the test. This will be the fundamental part, as this is where they can see and test the theories that they've been making for their business. As they put them all to the test, they will see if they can launch their business to the public or not. They will see if this will be a successful or this will be a fail to the eyes of the consumers.
External purposes. An external purpose of a company's business plan is a primary tool used to describe their company to external audiences such as potential sources of financing as well as the key personnel that the business are seeking. It is important that it provides all outside parties with information with the current status of the business, like its opportunities and its dependency on resources such as capital and personnel for its future success. It also provides the most complete source of information for the valuation of a business. So basically, it is the communication of the business visions, goals, and strategies to external stakeholders, like including the investors, creditors, suppliers, and the customers. It is an investment tool that outlines financial projections, becoming a document designed to attract more investors to the company. So some of you might not know that the business plan is our presentation plan, also intended for an outside audience that may or may not be familiar with the industry and the competitors of the business. So a business plan is a roadmap demonstrates to external parties, those who were mentioned a while ago, that the business has a clear direction and plan for success, and demonstrates to them that the business is on track towards achieving its objectives. And having the business plan shared externally, it can build trust, attract more investment, establish partnership, and maintain transparency. So let us highlight the question, what exactly a business plan is. So a business plan is a formal document used for long-range planning of a company's operation that typically includes financial information, background information, and a summary of the business that outlines all aspects of the business in great detail. A business plan can be used as internal guiding documents early in the entrepreneurial process. They also can be presentation documents for raising funds from prospective investors later in the process. Complementing an investor pitch and iterative canvases, also there is this what we call a brief business plan that functions somewhat like an extended executive summary that summarizes key elements of the entire business plan, such as the business concepts, financial features, and current business position. A full business plan can range from 10 to 25 pages approximately. It includes a business description, industry and marketing analysis, and descriptions of management, marketing, and operational and financial plans. So that's it for external purposes and a business plan.
As per Hindle and Main Price, there are 4 guiding principles for an effective business plan communication, namely the expectations, milestones, opportunities, and context. First is the expectations. In here, you should have identified and understood the risk and the key success factors. Also, you should have demonstrated confidence in a large target market and a strong market penetration. For example, instead of simply saying, "We expect a good market penetration," increase your confidence by saying, "Market research indicates a 20% market share capture within 2 years based on our unique product offerings and competitive pricing." It is much pleasant to hear, right? Then, if you do that, it will let you establish and protect a proprietary and competitive edge. Okay, so the next principle is the milestone. In here, you have to anchor key events with specific financial and qualitative values. You also have to show your financial objectives as financial targets. So, instead of listing a product launch as a milestone, anchor it with a specific financial target. For example, our company achieved 1 million in pre-orders by product launch to demonstrate market demand. Okay, so this will help you to address the need for planning, flexibility, and highlighting the importance of qualitative values. Okay, so the third principle is the opportunities. In this phase, things can change to impact the opportunities like the taste, preferences, technological innovation, and competitive landscape. So, in this phase, any changes may appear because new doors and inventions might or might have occurred. Okay, and for the last principle, we have here the context. This phase allows you to explain how internal and external environment will impact your business. You also have to discuss how your plan addresses potential changes in the context. So, discussing how potential changes in the customer preferences would affect your business, right? For example, there is a new trend about these vegan foods, and so your company came up with a drink that would suit this trend. And so you'd have to say, we acknowledge the growing trend towards vegetarian foods and plan to introduce options to cater these evolving market demands. So, not only that you plan to address potential changes in the context, but you also outline the management's plan to respond to unfavorable condition and positively influence the context.
Stages for plan development. Essential initial research. For creating a business plan, it is crucial to study the societal, industry, market, and firm aspects to understand trends and make informed decisions. This research can be a separate section or scattered throughout the plan to support its components. Example is conducting a demographic analysis to understand the target market's age, income levels, and preferences can provide valuable insights for a beauty products startup. Business model. Entrepreneurs should choose a business model based on their research, considering elements like revenue streams, costs, customer segments, and value proposition. They might start lean and adjust based on the market feedback or develop a solid plan from beginning. Number 3, initial business plan draft. This stage involves organizing research ideas into a structured plan. Many prefer creating a full draft including sections like business description, goals, and operational human resources, marketing, and financial plans. The plan should use both words and visuals to tell a cohesive story about the business startup. For example, number 3, the initial business plan draft. Like what we do with our research thesis, we should do draft to correct the mistakes from the citations, from the references, from the grammatical errors, and from the arrangement of our research. We should do a draft so that we can we can see the example when we do researches and paper critics. We do drafting to make our output better and to see our errors with the citation, grammars, and references. For the business plan, we should apply what we have done from number 1 and number 2, which are the essential initial research and business plan, to solidify our plan to run up a business. In business, we should do drafting in our business plan to know how can the business excel when putting it up.
Making business plan realistic. The first draft of your business plan will never be perfect, which is normal since you are not familiar on it yet. And the good thing in here is that while you are creating a plan, you will also given an opportunity as an entrepreneur to distinguish on what are the things that we need to improve on this product or services. We have 2 possible feedback loops and making business plan realistic. The first one is the initial business plan. This stage is when the entrepreneur needs to change something about the business plan while it is still possible to improve it. The second feedback loop returns to the business model stage. This stage is when the business developer might realize that something is wrong about the business model, so the business developer needs to conduct further research to reconsider before finishing the making business plan. It is important that the developer is certain before moving on to the next stage. Making plan desirable for the entrepreneur and appealing to stakeholders. Yes, it is still possible for a business plan to be practical without attracting the interest of potential investors and other external stakeholders such as the employees, the suppliers, and the needed business partners. It is also possible that even the entrepreneur itself didn't find it appealing, because the perspective of your target market is what matters. The entrepreneur will keep the business plan realistic by adjusting plans to appeal potential investors and to themselves. For example, if the investor will finance my new business, there will be adjustments that is necessary for both parties. To attract potential investors, I need to agree on their conditions too. Investors need an exit strategy from a business. It will serve as an assurance and to convince investors that the entrepreneur is capable of accomplishing the plans that is proposed. And of course, the entrepreneur also needs to get what they want to run a business. The risk in this stage is that you don't know yet if your business plan will be successful or not, but you pursue it anyway. The last one is the finishing the business plan. The final stage is the most important part in this business plan. This stage involves making sure that the links between the written and financial parts are accurate. It also involves ensuring that there is no incorrect grammar, spelling, and formatting. This should be written to appeal the target readers and understand the business plan. Suggested executive summary components for business plan. The first one is the section. The section involves the description. The second one is the company summary. Company summary is the brief overview which consists 1 to 2 paragraphs of the problem, the solution, and its potential customers. The third one is the customer analysis. The customer analysis is the description of potential customers and evidence they would purchase the product. Fourth one is the market analysis. Market analysis involves the size of market, target market, and share of market. The fifth one is the product or service. Product or service is a current state of product in development and evidence, and it is feasible. Sixth is the intellectual property. Intellectual property is when applicable information on patents, licenses, or other IP items. Seventh is the competitive differentiation. It describes that the competition and your competitive advantage company founders and management. 8 is your team or advisor. Bias of key people showcasing their expertise and relevant experience. 9 is your financials. Financial is the projections of revenue, profit, and cash flow for 3 to 5 years. And the last one is the amount of investment, which is the funding request and how funds will be used.